I've taken well over 5,000 consultations with women wanting to get in shape over the last 10 or so years since since I founded Smart Body Performance. One thing that came up so consistently was, Reece, since I've been in a relationship, I've got comfortable and I've gained weight and I don't feel like me anymore. I need to get back to how I used to be. Now, most women and most men will get into a relationship, get a little bit comfortable and gain some weight. It's normal, it happens, it's okay. However, what happens if this is over a prolonged period of time is you start to lose your identity. And I'm creating this video today to try and share ways that you can get back to your old self, not just you, but your partner as well, whether you're male or female watching this. That's just gonna help you both get back to how you used to be. Because if your identity becomes one that you can't recognize anymore, you start to become unhappy, mood swings, hormonal fluctuations, libido's dropped, and then the relationship gets on the rocks. And I don't want that to happen for you. So here's exactly what you need to do. Firstly, shared habits equals shared outcomes. Oftentimes it just takes one of you to go, should we get a pizza tonight? Or should we crack open this bottle of wine? Or should we go through 12 boxes of Maltesers? One person does it, so does the other. It can just take one person to break that trap. And it's not saying you have to be restrictive in a relationship. Me and my partner go for meals out all the time. We get takeaways every single week, every Friday. It's just a thing, takeaway movie night, right? It's important to have. However, that doesn't mean you have to run with it, right? So if we're getting a takeaway movie night, we know to get a nice takeaway, a Nando's usually, and then I might have a Halo Top ice cream instead of a big Ben and Jerry's. You can make small, simple tweaks for you and your partner that can then help you get back on track with your fitness goals and your body fat. But if one of you is going, it's a bit cold out, like I don't want to go and get my steps out in this, the next person's going, oh, I'm not going to do it either, right? And those shared habits become autopilot and it just becomes the norm, and then you're both behind with the momentum. If one of you just goes, hey, it's a bit cold, let's get a jacket on, let's go outside, that new habit starts to build and both of you start to regain your old identity. And one of the biggest things I've recognized, and again, I'm not just saying this from a naive male, I've had over 5,000 consultations with women. We've worked one-to-one with well over 1,500 women over the last 10 years. I've seen this more than you can probably imagine. So many women say that their relationship is more on the rocks. I'm sure it's for men too, but where we specifically work with females, I can only speak from that perspective. They often say that they're now no longer in love with themselves, so they struggle to be in love within the relationship because they've lost love within themselves. And it's hard to let somebody else love you when you don't even love yourself. And that's what I don't want to happen from you, whether you're in this position right now or whether you feel like you're creeping towards that position. Because let me tell you what happens when you build the dream body and you feel unstoppable. Let me tell you what it does to your relationships. Number one, you have so much internal trust with yourself that you have much more trust within your relationship. When you're in amazing shape, your libido increases because you're healthy and your hormonal panels are in a great place. If you're not horny, you're not healthy, as the old saying goes. Number three, mood swings. If you have a happier, healthier outlook at life, you're a lot more day to day, you just feel better. You're not going to be snappy. You're not going to snap at your partner. Your partner's not going to snap at you. It's not going to create a relationship on the rocks, especially if you have children, right? What kind of standard do you want to leave for them? That you should neglect yourself when you're in a relationship, that you should be snappy towards your partner, whatever it may be. So you become much happier in the relationship. And therefore, your partners are inspired to do the same thing. I don't think I've ever seen it where a woman that's worked with us has got an amazing shape and their husband or partner hasn't been inspired and naturally as a byproduct got in better shape themselves, whether that's the partner bringing good healthy habits into their household or just motivating their other partner. That person always benefits too. So if you don't just want to do it for you, do it for your partner as well. The next reason why a lot of women would gain weight in a relationship is they have the same portions as their husband. And if you're a different size, you can end up gaining weight. You don't have to eat differently, by the way. Some women are like, I'm scared, I don't want to have to make this for myself and then this separately for my partner. Absolutely not, it's inconvenient. We don't expect you to do that. But portion matters. If your partner is 50 pounds heavier, as an example, because traditionally it's what we do find, or not necessarily 50 pounds heavier, but typically there are maybe their husband's a little bit bigger in weight and size, right? And oftentimes it means that they're having the same portions just because they don't want to cook different. And that's okay. But if you just reduce your portions to what your body specifically needs, you can then start to build your body. Because sometimes women find they gain weight faster than the male. Because naturally, when you're having high stress, If you're in a rocky relationship because, you know, you're both maybe mood swings and snappy, you'll have more hormonal fluctuations. You'll notice that if you're a little bit smaller, you're eating a little bit more, you'll gain weight a little bit faster. So we want to make sure portion control is at the forefront of priority when it comes to evening meals in particular. Most women find during the day it's okay because they're at work, they have their separate meals anyway, but portion control in the evening is really important. The next one, if there's an evening you want to protect, there's a date night, you just want to go to town, you want to have a couple of bottles of wine, whatever it may be, and that's important to you, that's okay, but calorie bank leading into it. Maybe drop your calories by a couple of 100, 200 or so going into, let's say, Saturday date night, right? Or you could increase your steps going into Saturday date night and create extra room. So when you go to date night, you can just let your head down, you can enjoy yourself, you can be guilt-free. That's important too, right? So you can get the best of both worlds. You're not just going crazy every single night because fuck it, I'm in a relationship, who cares, right? So I share all of this because it's important to recognize how being in a relationship can make a lot of people go backwards, and why it's important not just for you, but for your relationship to move forwards. Even in my own personal relationship, I notice if my standards drop, my personal standards drop, I'm not training as much. I get bad habit that I have is I put everything into work and oftentimes neglect my health. And that's been something I've been working really closely on. When I do that, I become more snappy towards my partner. And it's not fair, right? So when I focus on me and I put my health first, I'm a lot more pleasant partner to be around. And if Scarlett's watching this, I'm sure she would agree. But I share this because I don't want the same for you. You know, like I say, I've seen it stupidly amount of times with the women we work with. And I've seen how much it's impacted their relationships after they get in shape. Not just because it's visual, but because they say it. Reece, my relationship's in so much of a better place. You know, my libido's higher, I feel comfortable around my partner. So many women say they don't want to get undressed in front of their partner because how they feel. And I don't want that for you. So I hope you found this useful. This is just from my experience, different things I notice after working with ladies over the last decade. So hit like, hit subscribe, and if there's anything you want me to expand on, drop it in the comments and I'll create another video going straight into it.